What's going on today, guys? Primal Sabbath here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Transformers Masterpiece MP-43 Beast Wars Megatron. And if you want to check out the transformation and all that other stuff, I did another video of that. It's a little clunky. I had a few issues, but I was able to kind of work through it and kind of explain with what issues I've had. This one I've transformed the most. This one is probably going to be my permanent robot mode guy, and I think this is going to be the one I fool around with more. There's a few... I don't want to say, well, there's one stress mark area on it, but other than that, no chip paint on either of them, which is a huge plus compared to Dinobot, because I've got a Dinobot that I keep in beast mode that's got some chipped robot mode paint, so, you know, there is that, but overall, impressive figure. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this guy, we're going to get him out of the way, and we are going to focus on the beast mode very quick. But before we do that, let's take a look at what all he comes with. So, if you were to open your box, you would see you get some instructions and some extra sheet of instructions here, rather. And it's a big sheet of paper, and I like how they're like almost poster-esque. Like Dinobots was the same. Primal and Cheetors were sorta, they were smaller because they were smaller figures and you know whatnot, but you get all the same kind of product shots, and you know there's his tech specs there for anyone who's interested in that. And of course you get the Beast Wars, the Masterpiece collector's card. I thought I had some more acrylic cases, but I didn't, so I'm super unprepared for this. I don't have any good LR44s either, without taking them out of other figures, which I just don't want to do, but he takes 4 altogether. There's other videos out there that showcase and highlight the electronics and things like that, so I'm just going to have to wait until I can experience it for myself, unfortunately, but I always like these. So there's that. You also get his hunting rifle from Call of the Wild. Very cool. Very kind of... I don't know, man. Like, this thing's bigger than what I thought it was going to be. Like, even seeing it in pictures. Then you get his, what I kind of consider to be the toy face. Let's see if we can get it to focus in there. That's what I consider the toy face, but he did do a lot of kind of snarling in Beast Wars. And then the face that I think I'm going to go with on robot mode is the yes face, which is awesome. And he also comes with a beam effect. Some people were complaining that it's hollow in here like this. Doesn't bother me because, I mean, you can position it to where that hollowness isn't going to show. And of course, the almighty toothbrush. Bristles are not real. Don't recommend brushing your teeth with it. So, now that we've got paperwork and accessories out of the way, let's take a look at Barney himself. Now, much like Dinobot, he's got these kind of sculpted in scales, or I guess texture, I should say, which is great. And if all this deco is 3D digitally printed, which again, awesome, like cutting edge stuff that we're really, you know, we've been getting since you know, even Masterpiece Optimus Primal. So all this light purple and dark purple, I believe this is all molded in the dark purple, and the light purple is the digital print. Makes the most sense. We got some paint on the nails, which is nice and show accurate, kind of like a slimy greenish yellow. He's also got it here on his little dino hands. And unfortunately, like while there is movement here and you can get them to do different things, he can't quite articulate with them like he did in the show. You know, I didn't really expect them to be able to do a whole lot because they are so small, but it would have been nice to kind of get some of the, like, man, these little dino hands were all over the place in the cartoon, which is really awesome. Another really cool aspect is the eyes that move. All you have to do is just kind of move them around with your thumb or your finger or whatever, and there's that. And then, like, what's really awesome is, so we have like some movements here. Breaks up the sculpt, but what do you expect? With the head, so you can get way up too if you want to. But again, you're gonna break up a little sculpt down there, and then so we kind of get a little bit of opening there, and we get some more opening, and some more opening, and some more opening. That's so killer. And of course, the tongue that I don't ever think I saw his tongue move in the show, but it's kind of crazy. Also in here, you can there's a screw where you'd put the batteries for the electronics, and like it takes this whole thing of teeth out, and he looks like Megatron. So there's that. Other than that, one thing I do kind of have an issue with is like, not necessarily an issue, but like these don't like, they don't really go in there. You can they kind of will move with the legs like this, but you'd want to be careful. And again, I kind of pointed it out in the unboxing and transformation video, just the way this all tabs in like this. You can see I'd mentioned some stress on mine. It's right there. I mean, you can see it's just a bright line. This won't tab back together, I believe, because of that stressing. So it's something you want to be careful with, because it's not supposed to be kind of bent down like that. It's supposed to kind of remain strong enough to sort of hold and grasp that. But that's fine. It's not something that bothers me. It's not enough for me to return it. I'll put it that way. I bought mine through Amazon Japan, so I know returns would be pretty easy and hassle-free. But again, it's just, for something so small as just a split right up there at the top, it's just not worth it. This kind of probably didn't tab that together all too well. Actually, I probably just didn't put the thumb in there. Anyways, it stays tighter together whenever I transform it right, because this is the third time it's been in T-Rex mode since coming out the box. So there is that. Something that some people have talked about, and it's worth talking about, and I pointed out in the transformation video, is that this is made of a swirly plastic. It's fairly thin, and a lot of folks are reporting breakages right out the box with it, and that's something to look out for. And I mean, all you got to do is kind of lift that up and just try to look and see. It would be, in theory, whenever they were assembling the legs, putting the legs on, I guess, and maybe they were assembled wrongly. So far, I've only seen 2 reports. That doesn't mean that there's only 2 reports. It just means those are the only reports that I've seen. You know, and it's still kind of early on, but again, something to kind of be careful of. You know, it's not user error. It's just manufacturing error. If you had batteries in, I hate that I don't. You flip that up and you've got an on-off switch, which I like. It means that, you know, you're probably not going to be draining any batteries. And then he's got a button here that you would cycle through stuff. Again, once I do get some batteries, I may just do a separate video on all the sounds that he makes. Supposedly, he makes quite a few. So, quick comparisons. Let's get the boss monkey in here. He's looking a little too happy next to Megatron, traitor. So, which to me, like, this is very much show scale, in my opinion. So, I love this. I dig this, man. It's awesome. I finally have, you know, my 2 leaders in Masterpiece scale. It is wonderful. And, of course, couldn't be a comparison without his treacherous, I don't know what to call Dinobot. Dinobot was like his boyfriend after he kind of left him, but you can see there's some big boys. Let's get Dinobot just kind of waving this golden disc around. Get him to stand a little bit. Man, Megatron had an affinity to replace his man Dinobot. So, there we go. Dinobot still has his weak ankles, which, to be fair, I do regularly handle this. So there's that. Let's get to focus in. There we go. So they're big boys, man. They are. They're you know, of course, Megatron is bigger than Dinobot, as he kind of should be. Come on, dude. All right, let's just use that tail what it's meant for. I feel like maybe the dinosaur mode should be bigger for Megatron just for this. I don't think Dinobot was nearly as large. So there's that. Let's get him out of the way carefully. So yeah, that's it for Megatron. Really, in beast mode, there's not much more you can do with it. You can, if you've got stuff lined up properly, which I seem to not have, messing with these with these pieces right here, like this kind of folds in, but you can. It'll cover up. I love that. Not only that, but this is spring-loaded too. So, you know, I recommend you kind of push down before you kind of get it working, because you don't want it to get caught on that green piece, which I'm assuming is painted. You don't want it to scratch, but it will kind of hide there. And a little bit of angle rock, which is never a bad thing. I think he's got more when the heel spurs are kicked out. So he's got some cool technology things in here with these little hiding panels and whatnot. I do like that quite a bit. So, all right, let's take a look at him in robot mode. Let's get him in here. I did not buy... I bought 3 altogether, but one's to keep sealed. Hopefully I can meet David K this year. Again, I should say. Get him to sign it, but I didn't buy a 4th for lounge mode. So anyways, here he is in robot mode. This is the one, if you watch the unboxing and transformation video, this is the one that I kind of braved through that. So let's get him kind of back to a natural sort of default position. And there we go. That's not too bad. I like to close those up around it a little bit. So, Megatron in robot mode, a lot of metallic paint. The silver, the purple, even the green's kind of metallic. The black is a very... It's like half metallic, half gloss. It's pretty neat. As far as those ankle rockers are concerned... Oh, he doesn't have that much more ankle rock. Maybe... No, he doesn't. But I feel like it's enough. So there's that. The head is on a ball joint. If you want to activate the electronics, there's a button back here that you can't see because of all the shadows. Anyways, button back there. To switch out the faces, you will lift up on the chin. And let's get him, let's get the good face in there. And then again, you just kind of, you can see there's a hole, there's a peg, and then there's these kind of little slot pieces here. And again, probably, oh, there we go. The slot pieces there, and it just slides right down over it. If you can line it up better than I can, perhaps, maybe. Why are you giving me so much problems? It's not like, it's not bad problems, thank goodness, but it's still problems. Oh, also, that's where you put the battery in. So, okay, let's, there we go. Kind of had to go in and at an angle. So the yes face, which is probably going to be the fan favorite, I think. Which there's nothing wrong with just the kind of, you know, regular old, I guess, stoic face, but there's that. All of his eyes do have the pupils painted in them, which is awesome, because Dinobots didn't. And, you know, like, they both have the electronics, but you can see the pupils there. Pupils. And it's like, he doesn't have the dead eyes, which is great. I really wish they would have kind of gotten Dinobots, but, you know, something I can live without, I guess. Some people were reporting loose waist syndrome. Mine, you know, it's not painfully tight, but it's also not helicoptering around like a video that I saw. So it's got a little bit of give, but it's also sturdy enough. So no issues there. I feel like maybe that's kind of subject to however you manhandle your toys. So there's that. Effects piece, you can open this mouth up, and it just plugs in. You do want to kind of ease it on in there, make sure you're getting it in there straight, and you can have him doing the pew-pew. So there's that. Or, which I think is awesome as well, you can plug it into any one of these barrels on this gun, and if it's positioned just right, even though it is a double barrel, if it's positioned just right, it makes you look like it's just, you know, kind of firing a single shot, which again is awesome. So to get, let's kind of like work our way to lounge mode, I guess. But to get this piece out, you'll just take it and just kind of slide it off like that, which I do like as a connection. I like it better than it being like a, you know, a peg in a hole, tab in a slot, whatever. And let's see, how well is he going to hold this rifle. Maybe I gotta get that thumb out the way. Yeah. Kind of wrap some fingers around it, perhaps. There we go. And, I mean, it's secure. It's in there. It's not going anywhere. So, you have that as an option, which is great. Unfortunately, it's like, you can't really... Well, maybe you can. No, I don't think you can. Unless you kind of manipulate this, I guess, in a way that it would meant to be manipulated. You could, no, there's definitely no way you can have the tail shield, or clamping thing on his arm at the same time, which is kind of unfortunate, but, you know, you're going to have pieces off to the side one way or another. I'm personally not going to display him with it, but for those who like that scene from that episode, you do have that option. So, I'd mentioned lounge mode, and you just kind of get these, and there we go. It's funny, they were a lot easier to remove in like in beast mode. And then here, what I think is pretty cool is you kind of twist this like that. Hang on. Maybe, yeah, here we go. You lift. Come on now. All right. So, let's make it a little bit brighter in here. So, you see how that's oriented. You lift up like this, then you spin the shoulder pads independently of it, and they kind of will give a little, and you pop them off that way. So set those off to the side, and you got this arm done for lounge mode. I don't know if that's supposed to clip in for okay, yeah, it does. Those slide back and clip in. That's incredible. That's absolutely, I think I missed that in the transformation video. Absolutely phenomenal. Okay, so again, you're going to do the same thing here. See how it's kind of oriented that way. Kind of get that out of the way, just enough for you to be able to, come on, there we go. Pop it off like that. Excuse me. All right, so there we are, almost there, home stretch. And then these pieces will just slide up. You may untab them, you may not. You can see they are, come on, bud. Oop. You see they are tabbed in together down here. And like you said, you may untab a few things. It's fine if you do. Nothing wrong with it. So there's his whole backpack assembly again. One solid piece. So now that we've got all the clothes off of him, he can hold this toothbrush, which is just the best thing. You would put it in his hand like this, perhaps, maybe. Does it slide in? Nope, nope, there's a different, well, it's not different, hang on. Gotta make sure you get it in there, but there we go. It kind of soft clicked in, but be careful because that is a thin piece. I wish this thumb also rotated, but that's fine. And then we'll open up the jaw there, and we'll get this working around as we need it. And there we go. Practicing good hygiene, while also saying yes. He just looks like a peach brushing that little dinosaur head's teeth. So there's his lounge mode. Now he does come with some stand pieces, and I didn't show those off because he doesn't come with a stand. And that's like probably the most unacceptable thing about this is that like that option is there, but like you don't get the stand, so you gotta take the one from Dinobot. I'm not using the one with Dinobot, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, kind of a pain. Anyways, let's get all this armor and stuff back on him, do a few more comparisons, and we'll wrap up with some final thoughts. Alright, so a few quick comparisons. Here he is with MP-42, Optimus Primal, Convoy, whatever you want to call him. So, oh, okay, yeah, his electronics still work. So, again, I love this scale. It's consistent in my opinion, and it totally works. And, like, this is how... I feel like I'm watching the very first episode of Beast Wars all over again. Having these just next to each other. Like, it's amazing. So, let's get the old boss monkey out the way. And let's get him in here with Dinobot. And, again, like, this works. He's just about half a head taller than Dinobot, give or take. But I like the scale, seeing how much Megatron and Dinobot interacted within the first episode, even, and like the rest, kind of like the rest of the series. This is great. So, overall, playing Masterpiece Megatron Roulette, I lucked out both times. So let's get Dinobot out the way. Got no plan on opening the third one, but I don't think the issues are as widespread as they kind of were initially being reported to be. With the waist and the crotch breakage, and things like that. You're going to get lemons. That's just, the QC isn't perfect. It'll never be perfect. So, fortunately, hopefully, if yours is messed up, you went through a retailer that will offer an easy, hassle-free replacement. I know Amazon Japan does, so that's why I was kind of confident going in, opening these. Oh, come on, Dinobot. This is the one that doesn't have all the paint scratches on it. So, there we go. Anyways, do I recommend it? Absolutely. $320, I would buy it. But this is my Megatron. He's perfect in every sense of this is a masterpiece. This is what I wanted out of this toy. Even though I got it for $220 a piece, I should say. I couldn't ask for more. I just couldn't ask for more out of this release. So I hope this kind of helps you, and be a video review if I didn't get cut off. But anyways, I hope this kind of helps you decide whether or not you would like to pick this up for your own. Again, there are issues. They're out there. Unfortunately, or fortunately, I should say, I just couldn't show them to you. Which I think is a testament, buying two and having, opening them both up back to back. It's wonderful. It's great. If you're a fan of the character, you're a fan of the show, go out and get this. Like, you won't be disappointed. Not by any stretch of the imagination. It is a masterpiece. Unfortunately, I didn't even bother bringing my original Megatron on my 10th anniversary to compare it to, just because with all the MP characters in, it's just a phenomenal looking figure. So for one kind of last shot, then we'll end this video. We'll get all these fellas in here real fast. And there's that. And we got one more with Cheetor. This is just kind of how I have them displayed on the shelves. So this is a quality look. This is a quality display, and I'm so happy with Takara Tomy and doing this, and kind of putting all the love into this line. It's amazing. So there you have it, Masterpiece Megatron. Any questions, leave them in the comment box. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys later.